Yes, it's Thursday, the 30th of December. It's a beautiful morning, and as you can see, we all need a haircut. So we're going to get on the back deck in a minute and get our haircut, but we're moored up by the most beautiful Beeston Castle. I love this area around here on the Cheshire Plains. I think I'm right in saying that Beeston Castle was built in the 1220s, and it sits 350 foot above the Cheshire Plains. It's a beautiful area. I just love it round here, and I suppose I call it home, really. Right, let's get the extension lead and let's get cutting. So all I have is this little hair clipper and different size graders. So I just start with the big one and work my way down slowly. I know I look a sight, but I can't look any worse than I do now. Well, that's it. I know it's still a sight. I can't see in a mirror to actually trim it up any well, but at least it's short, it's out of my eyes, and it's a little bit more tidier. Job done. It's been such a mild morning, but it is late afternoon now. Not a lot to film during the day. We just had some nice soup for dinner, having a cosy afternoon with drawing. I'm doing some editing. Watched a nice film earlier on as well. But there are still people walking around. I don't know whether you'll pick them up, but there's people walking in the fields behind, even in this horrible weather. But I've just lit the fire, just warming it up in the boat now, even though it's not overly cold, but it's the wind. We've got mushroom vents throughout the boat, obviously, and you can close them down. They twist down for winter, but you can't close them totally. They need ventilation, narrowboats, so the wind does tend to come in there a little bit, only a little bit. But yeah, you need to keep the wind away and keep the cool away towards the night time. Lovely to have the chimney smoking and keeping us all warm inside the boat. It's gorgeous, but it's pizza for tea, so the oven will be going on shortly. I'm gonna hopefully finish editing another vlog, and then perhaps a nice movie or something for tonight. We'll see, but a cozy evening and hopefully an early night. What you doing? Oh, what you doing, Primrose? What are you doing? Shh! Oh, no, don't bark, no. Hey, Chip, how you doing this morning? You alright? You slept on Mummy's feet, didn't you? You keep Mummy's feet warm. You don't look that bothered. Mind I don't trip up over Primrose. Excuse me, Primrose, thank you. He's a taily whaley. I know he's in here because I've just seen him move. Hey, he's very unsociable in the morning. Good morning, little baby. Hello, sweetheart. Hello. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, he's a good boy. There. Primrose is having her breakfast down there, isn't she? She's pinching biscuits. Oh, now she's hiding again. Never mind. Well, good morning. I'm not sure what time is it? What time is it?
20 past 8.
It's 20 past 8. It's very late this morning. We've had coffees for the simple reason is it's bouncing down. It's been raining all morning. It wasn't forecast, I don't think. We're cruising today. It's New Year's Eve, by the way. New Year's Eve. It's Friday. But we're cruising down just past the Shady Oak. Shady Oak is that way. It's not far. We've got Wharton's Lock, and then we're just going to go, I don't know, 600-700 yards and go hopefully just under Bates Mill Bridge and more up there. 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. Better TV signal, better Wi-Fi signal, and we've got a delivery coming to just outside the Shady Oak. The pub itself is closed, which I'm not bothered about. But we've got a food delivery coming, so with the state of the towpath here, it's a lot easier to go and moor up down there. And we're going to see the new year in down there, and then move on tomorrow, hopefully getting towards Chester tomorrow, New Year's Day. Depends on the weather. We have just had a look, and it looks like it's strong wind. And we've got to go past the Golden Nook moorings, so don't want to upset anyone there by going past too fast. But if it's windy, we do need a few revs on. So we'll see how it is. If it's bad, it's bad, and we'll stay put. We're not up against the clock at all, really. So, right, I'm going to get a coffee. See you later. It is beautiful here this morning. It's a lovely morning. It's quite mild, but the wind's picking up and it's going to get windier through the day, I think, which is a shame because I wanted to get some drone footage here, but I'll try again on the way back because obviously we're coming back this way. But it is a glorious day. We're moving. We're going down through Wharton's Lock, which is just behind me. I'm going to drop down, go past the Shady Oak, under Bates Mill Bridge, and got a moor up there for tonight. We're going to see New Year in there, and then get up tomorrow and then head perhaps down to Egg Bridge. I like it down there, so it'll be nice. Yes, and there's a car park, and well, one of the little ones has got a remote control car and what have you, so can have a play with that on the car park. But yeah, we need to go down. We're having a food delivery today. That's going outside the Shady Oak. Can't go in the Shady because it's closed. So we've got a food delivery, and even though this towpath looks pretty good, trust me, that is like a marshland. It isn't clever. So to drag the food trolley up there would be really hard work. So we may be able to carry it just in carrier bags to the boat from down there. So right, let's get the kettle on, another quick coffee, and let's get through Wharton's Lock. Well, two boats have gone down, so I've had to change my hat, otherwise I'd have lost it. It's very windy. This wouldn't be the weather that I'd normally be cruising in, but we do need to move. As I say, we've got all this shopping, and I don't know whether you can see this towpath down here. It is awful. There's no way in the world we'd have managed to pull that trolley, and it's quite some distance really from where it's getting dropped off. So we have got to move. It's not far, so I'm not really worried about it. Looking forward to getting the shopping in though. Ooh, yuck. Yeah, the far lock gates, the lock gates down here, kept opening, so I had to open these to fill the lock, and hopefully the current would have shut the gates, and you may have heard it bang shut there, so shouldn't be too long. The lock should fill and I can bring chugs in. Well, that's it. Lock set. I've opened one gate. Perhaps I'm being a bit cocky. Perhaps I should have opened the two in this wind, but yeah, open the gate, so let's go and get chugs, bring her in. And there, just by Nicky, you can see another one of the lensman's huts. But this looks like one they built on a Friday afternoon, I think. Familiar sight in front. The Shady Oak, sadly closed till February. I believe they have staffing issues there because the pub is in the middle of nowhere, and more often than not the staff are youngsters waiting on staff and everything. It's an excellent pub, but it's always sad to see it closed. It could do a roaring trade. And I've got to say, it's nice. Feels strange, but to cruise past the Shady, it's nice. We did want to go in. I wanted to show Nikki inside the Shady Oak. She's never been in it. But who knows, on the way back there's always the future to go in there. And it is a nice pub. I think people think I live in there. I didn't. All moored up right outside the Shady. We did go underneath Bates Mill Bridge. We were going to moor up there, and there's a couple of boats I recognise, so I'm going to have a walk up. A couple of friends are moored up there, but the towpath looked terrible. It looked worse than it did up there. So I've reversed back, and we're right opposite the Shady, so the TV and the internet signal won't be too clever. It's only for tonight. We're not really bothered. So yeah, we can get our shopping and then move on tomorrow. Catch you later. Well, that was lovely. I've just been to see my friends that are moored up over there, and they're good. So I haven't seen them for a while, so that was good. And John and Angie, my dear friends on Estrella, they turned up, not in their boat. They turned up, they came down in the car, and we've had a nice coffee and a chat with them and discussing next year's cruising plans. And plus the fact, John has made some slow vodka. Looking forward to that. I will raise a glass to them both later on this evening. So I'm going to go in now. We're going to have some dinner, wait for our shopping delivery a bit later on, and then we'll see the new year in. So folks, have a lovely evening tonight, and I'll see you next year. Well, it's later in the evening, and we knew that Bargus, the fuel boat, was coming towards us, and I saw a light in the distance, and here they are now. So we're just going to get a top up with diesel off them, just to make sure we've got enough fuel for the central heating and everything. Great stuff. Well, it's very dark, you can hardly pick them up. Yeah, I'd heard you were coming, so I did just message you as well, but...
50 litres or when it clicks up?
Please. Hello! All the best to you. Yeah, take care now. So that's it, just a quick top up just to make sure we've got enough fuel. You never know, this time of year with the canal icing up, you might not be able to move, you might not be able to get into a marina. It's always best to be sure and get fuel. So we're fueled up now. That's good news. We're going to be toasty. See you tomorrow. Good morning and Happy New Year. Yes, it's the 1st of January 2022, and I've got a chipster here. Come here, baby. Here it goes. Happy New Year. Yes, the start of a new year, so let's hope it's better for all of us. Rumour has it, apparently, we might be going into another lockdown. Let's hope not. Anyway, we're cruising today. We're going to get up. We're going to cook a lovely dinner. We're having a roast beef dinner today. And we're cruising down towards Egg Bridge, which is Waverton, just on the outskirts of Chester. We've got no locks. It's about a 2.5 hour cruise from here by the Shady, something like that, 2.25, 2.5. Hopefully we're going to be taking our time, but it is a little bit windy, so we may have to go a little bit quicker, which I'm a bit nervous about going through the nook. Don't want to upset any of the boaters there, but better to go a little bit quicker than to hit their boats. If we can't moor up at Egg Bridge, we do have a plan B. We're going to carry on to the Cheshire Cat and more up there just for one night, and then perhaps the next day cruise down into Chester. So that's what we're looking forward to. Actually, at the moment, I'm looking forward to a lovely roast dinner a little bit later. So Nikki's going to put the beef joint in the oven and prepare the dinner as we're cruising. So it's going to be good. Looking forward to today, a new year. Not a bad morning this morning. A little bit breezy, but the forecast is to be a lot more windy. Is that the right term? More windy? Well, it's going to be windier later. So let's get untied and let's get cruising. Yes, and there's a sign of the recent bad winds that we've had. John and Ange actually warned me about 2 trees that are down. Apparently there's one up by Bridge 112 that's come down as well, so obviously I'm keeping an eye out for it. But that's part of the hazards of cruising in the winter with the strong winds. Some of these trees are very vulnerable and out in the open, so obviously Mother Nature is going to take its course to a degree. Part of the course. And here, coming into view, right by Bridge 112, as John and Ange said, is the other tree that has gone down. It's perfectly passable, it's no problem to get past. Obviously it's made the canal one way, but I'm sure the CRT will be on it very shortly. The other side of that hedge, the familiar site of Tattenhall Marina. Obviously, if you follow the vlogs, you'd have known that I stayed there for quite some time. Not anymore. And they had a ticket-only party last night, New Year's Eve party, as they always do. And from what I've heard, 1 or 2 people were a little bit worse for wear. No change there then. Nikki and I, by the way, had an extremely pleasant New Year's Eve. We just sat there, we watched a couple of old films, we had a few drinks, lovely meal. It was fantastic. One of the best New Year's I've had for several years. Really, really lovely. Yeah, special night.